India size and location. Now, if you go to the, now you see, first of all, in the chapter of your introduction is given to you why we are studying India size and location in the first chapter. Because as you all know, it is the ancient civilization in the world because of Indus Valley civilization. It has its importance. Plus, in the last 5 or 6 decades, we have made a remarkable progress in every field, whether agriculture, technology, economics, industries. So that's why India becomes a very, very important part in the history of the world because we have contributed a lot in the history of the world. So that's why they are reading about India. And India is eminent position in Asia, Southeast Asia, being the largest country and more powerful than other countries of Southeast Asia. Now, if you go to the location, if you see the map of India in the atlas or in the map simply, you will find that India lies between the latitudes 8 degree 4 inch to 37 degree 6 inch north, and means north. And longitudes are 68 degrees 7 inch east and 97 degree 25 inch east. In between this, the India lies. If you see the map, you see there, location is there. 68 degree 7 inch east to 97 degree 25 inch east and 37 degree 6 inch north to 8 degree 4 inch north. That is the extent of India. India is situated in between this. And then the Tropic of Cancer passes through it, 23 degree and 30 inch north, which makes it or divides India into 2 equal parts, almost 2 equal parts, not almost equal, but almost 2 equal parts. This Tropic of Cancer is dividing India. If you go to the, if you see another map, if you go to the map, you will see in the southeast, there, Bay of Bengal, here it is Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and here in the southwest, you will find in the Arabian Sea the islands of Lakshadweep. So these are the 2 islands which are present in the India, which is part of India. So you can see to the southeast and southwest of the mainland is Andaman and Nicobar Island, and the Lakshadweep Island in the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea respectively. Now, if you go to the size, as we already read before, maybe the India has an area of 3.28 million square kilometer. You have to remember this: 328 million square kilometer is the area of India. Question can be asked: what is the area of India? You have to write 3. Or in the MCQ they can ask. Now, if we compare it with the geographical area of the world, so the India occupies the total area of about 2.4% of the world geographical area, as this pie chart shows. 2.4% is the India's area, rest 97.6 is rest of the world. Another thing, because of 2.4%, India becomes the 7th largest country in the world in the terms of area. In terms of population, India is the 2nd largest populated country in the world after China. But if we compare with area, India is 7th largest country in the world. Now, if you see the land boundary, it is about 15,200 kilometers. And the coastline, which includes Andaman and Nicobar Island as well as Lakshadweep, about 7,516.6 kilometers. So if you see the map, here you can see the map. This is the land boundary, which is about 1,200 kilometers. And this is the coastline of India, 7,516.6 kilometers. You can see south is coastline and north is land boundary or land line. Here is Andaman Nicobar and here Lakshadweep. Those both are contributing to this coastline. You see, most of the north has the coastline, and most of the north and east is having the land boundary. Now India is bounded by the Yangtze Mountains in the northwest, north and southeast. That is Himalaya. All this part is covered with this part. All this part is covered with Himalaya. So it is bounded by Himalayas. South of the 2° north, 22° north latitude, as it is here shows, 22° north latitude. Here it is Lakshadweep, here it is Andaman and Nicobar Island. So north latitude 22 is situated there, and on that side is the. Now what is why they say 22° north? From here, from above and here, you will find that it starts to taper. Taper means shrinking or diminishing or going down. The width of the country is going down. Here you will say such a long width distance. But as you go down, it goes down and goes down and goes down and becomes very small. Here also it goes down and becomes small. So that is known as taper. We start from 20° north latitude. It starts to going down, becoming little and little. It becomes in a round shape here, which divides the sea into two parts: Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea. Here Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal, and in between this land. It divides the sea into two: Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea and Indian Ocean here. So that is the beauty of India. From the middle, it is very big, and when as we move down, it goes. What is used in your book? Tapers. Taper means the width of the it going down or diminishing, becoming less and less and become round shape in the end. Here, we divide the ocean into two: Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. The Indian Ocean divided into two: Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. Now the main part. The latitudinal longitudinal extent of India mainland is about 30°. This question is asked: what is the longitudinal latitudinal extent of mainland of India? It is 30°. This mainland is about only 30°. If you compare from here or you compare from here, it is 30° only. The whole land is of about 30°. Now if you go to the north and south extent, from north to south, what is the distance? It is the distance is 3,214 kilometers. And from west to east, it is 2,933 kilometers. The question is asked many times: what is the north-south extent of India? What is the west, east, or east-west extent of India? If north-south is asked, you will write 3,214 kilometers. And if they ask west to east or east to west, you will write 2,933 kilometers. So they ask this question: what is the longitudinal latitudinal extent? Either in MCQ or in one word, or maybe in fill in the blanks. So this is the north-south and extent of India. Again, you see the latitudes and longitude. You have to remember this latitude and longitude, because they ask what is the longitudinal and latitudinal extent of India. You have to write 37° to 8°4 is north is the latitude, and 68° 7 inch east to 97° 25 inch east longitude. This is the longitudinal and latitudinal extent of India. Mostly this question is asked: what is the latitudinal longitudinal? Maybe in 3 marks also sometimes. Sometimes they ask in 3 marks. Generally now they are asking in 1 word only. 1 word, 1 sentence, fill in the blanks, MCQ. So you have to remember the north-south extent, this extent, that extent, everything. Now again, see this extent of India, north to south and west to east or east to west. 3,214, 2,933 kilometers approximately. This is the area. 2.4% is occupied by the world, by India, and 97.6% by the world, which amounts to 7th largest country in the world. Now this is the land boundary, 15,200 kilometers. This is the coastline, including Andaman, Nicobar Island, and Lakshadweep, 7,516.6 kilometers. Then this is the Lakshadweep, where it is Andaman Nicobar Island. It is from north to south. If you go, it starts going down, and in the end, it becomes rounded shape. It divides the Indian Ocean into two, West Bengal and Indian Ocean. Only you have to remember this, nothing else. Now, time. From Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, because in the east, there is Arunachal Pradesh, the sun rises first. Because east to west, sun moves from east to west. In the east, the sun rises first. So Arunachal Pradesh is the first to get the sunlight. So that's why their day begins earlier in Arunachal Pradesh. But when it comes to Gujarat, you see the map. If it from here, Arunachal Pradesh comes to Gujarat here, there is a time lag of 2 hours because here the day is earlier. So when the sun reaches here, difference between that is of 2 hours. What will happen? We have to change our watches again and again to get the time. Because 2 hours is there. If you come from Arunachal Pradesh to Gujarat, you have to go back 2 hours. So every time we are moving, we have to change the watch. So to remove this difficulty, 82 degree and 30 inch east is taken as a standard meridian of India, which passes through Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh. And the time here is the time for whole country. You see now here, 82 degree, 30 inch east, which divide almost equally into east and west extent. It is passing through Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh. This question is asked this time also, from where the standard meridian is passing. Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh. And the time taken here is the time for whole country. If it is 12 o'clock here, it will be 12 o'clock in Arunachal Pradesh also, and 12 o'clock in Gujarat also. No change in time. Although the sun rises here first, the day becomes start first here. When it is day here, it is night here, early morning. And when sun reaches here, day here, and here, night, almost night or evening. So to remove this difference of 2 hours, this is standard meridian is taken, and the time here is the time for whole country, same time. So we don't have to adjust our watches again and again. Now, what is the importance of latitudinal extent? The latitudinal extent influences the duration of day and night as we move from north to south, because the sun becomes slanting as we go up and up higher and higher. It is slanting, and then it takes time to reach there. So mostly day time is longer than the night. Now, if we have seen the coastline, no country other than India has this long coastline of India as India has. And that's why India has a very, very eminent position in Indian Ocean. And that's why the name Indian Ocean has been named in the name of a country. So we are occupying a very, very eminent position, especially in Southeast Asia, because we are the largest country in Southeast Asia and more developed than them. So that's why we have very, very strategic position in India. Now you go by the history of India. Mainly our relationship with the world is with the land boundary, mostly in the ancient time, because we were not using the sea very much. Mostly land boundaries, we have a contact with other countries by land boundary rather than maritime or sea boundary or sea route. Because we started sea route very after very long time. So there is a difference between the use of land and as well as maritime thing. Because if you find many passages are in the Himalayas, which are in the mountains, which are in the land only. But these routes had contributed along, especially with the discovery of sea route by Vasco da Gama. Because it helps India to export muslin, spices, diamonds, other merchandise from India to Europe, and from Europe we were bringing different things to India. Plus the ideas of Ramayana, Mahabharata, Gita, stories of Panchatantra, decimal system, zero, numerals. These all were exchanged with other countries through these routes only, sea route as well as land route. So India is a very, very important position. We are also influenced by the Greek architecture as well as West Asia, dome and minarets from West Asia. So this route, sea route as well has contributed a much for our benefit, because we are able to have ideas exchange with the people. And that's why India occupies a very, very important strategic position in Southeast Asia. Now, as we have discussed Thursday, that India has 28 states and 8 union territories. Why 8 union territories? Because long before it was 7 in January 2020. But then Ladakh and Kashmir were divided into 2 union territories. So it became 9. But in 26 January 2020, this Dadar and Nagar Haveli in Gujarat and Daman and Diu in Gujarat and Maharashtra border were joined together and made 1 union territory. So it became 6 plus 2. This Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh became 9, 8. So India has 28 states because Jammu and Kashmir gone away. So 28 states and 8 union territories, including Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. You can see Jammu and Kashmir divided to 2, Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir 2 union territories. Now the neighbors. Now there are some neighbors with whom we are having the land boundary. We are connected through land. And 2 are there who are in the water body, who are in water. And we are connected by through narrow straits, not by land. So if we go to the northwest, Afghanistan and Pakistan, we are having the land boundary and they are the immediate neighbor in northwest. When we come to northeast, Nepal, China, Tibet, Bhutan, here Bangladesh, here Myanmar in the east. These are the countries in the northeast and east which are connected with land boundaries with India. Then we come to the extreme north, Sri Lanka. Now Sri Lanka is separated, it is not a water body. It is not connected by land. It is connected by a body, a narrow strait in the sea known as Pak Strait or the Gulf of Mannar, which is joining India with Sri Lanka. This is a narrow strait of water known as Pak Strait and the Gulf of Mannar. The Gulf of Mannar is joined with India. And here it is, somewhere it is Maldives in the southeast part of India, which is also connected with water bodies, not by land. So these are the neighbors: Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, China, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, and Maldives. So these are the 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 are the neighbors which have the land boundary connected with India, and 2 Sri Lanka and Maldives in the water bodies south of the Lakshadweep Island. Now some of the things which you have to know. Before 1947, there were 2 types of states in India: the provinces and the princely states. The provinces were ruled directly by British officials who were appointed by the Viceroy. And princely states are those who are ruled by the local hereditary rulers who have accepted the sovereignty of the British, and in return they were given the local autonomy, they were given the autonomy to work independently. Another important point which you have to know is that since the opening of the Suez Canal in 1869, India's distance with Europe has been reduced by 7,000 kilometers. By 7,000 kilometers, as well as you change the time also. So Suez Canal helps India to have a trade relation with many countries of the Europe. easily because it reduced the distance as well as the time. So it became very easy to do export import with European countries. Now during the tsunami of 2004, the southernmost point of India, known as Indira Point, near Tamil Nadu, got submerged under the seawater. So now Indira Point is no longer the southernmost point of India, but now the water is receding and we are getting back this Indira Point again. So these are the three things which you have should know. May not be asked in the question answer, may be asked, maybe not asked. But until now it is not been asked, so maybe not asking. But you have to remember this, they can ask. If they have not asked, they can ask now. Now some, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Now some questions anyone can answer. Wait for the question. There are the questions. Yeah. Now identify the place. Now I am closing this. And I will speak this whiteboard now. So the first question is identify the place with the help of following features. First question. Identify the place with the help of following features. First feature is the first feature is a union territory of India. Okay, remember this or write somewhere. It is a question asked in the board this year. Identify by the place identify the place with the help of following. Now I see how much you understood. First point is a union of India. The capital is Kavaratti. And she lies in the Arabian Sea. Now identify this place. A union territory of India. The capital is Kavaratti and it lies in the Arabian Sea.
Sir, Lakshadweep.
Very good.
Sir, Faris.
Very good. Answer is Lakshadweep. Very good. So like this question will come in the board exam. Now another question. Question number 2. Again, this year asked this question. And many times they have asked in the one word also. The standard meridian of India is anyone? Standard meridian of India.
Sir, the location?
Yeah. The location you have to give. Standard meridian of India is where?
Sir, through
Sir, 8
Mirzapur.
degree 4 inch north.
Very good. 82 degree.
30 east.
That is
30 inch east.
very good. 82 degree. 30 inch east. This is the standard meridian of India. Now, another question related to it only. Question number 3rd. Although it was or. It was given as or. The standard meridian of India passes through.
Sir, Mirzapur.
Sir,
Mirzapur,
Mirzapur.
sir.
Very
Sir,
good.
Mirzapur.
Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh. So I hope you will remember this now. Write somewhere. Inshallah. I will give you an important point. So you can go there. Another question asked this year. The the most of is a 97 degree degree 25 inch east. The 68
Sir, can I tell the answer?
68
Right on.
68 degree 7 inch 7 inch east. The 77 degree 6 inch east. And the 82 degree 32 inch east.
Sir, D.
The answer is
Sir,
A.
A, sir,
Yes, sir.
97 degree.
97
97
degree.
degree.
97 degree 25 east. 25 inch
Sir,
east.
90.
Very good.
A1
Well
is the
done.
answer.
Well done. And these are the questions. These were the four questions which were asked in this year paper. In one set, 2 sets are there. One set. In one set, these 4 questions were asked from this chapter. 4 marks. So maybe second set also 4 marks question have been asked. Maybe the same question, maybe different. So I don't have the second set. I will take one answer, then I'll tell you what are the questions in that. So these were the 4 questions here. Mostly these types of questions are asked. Sometimes they are the north south extent. Sometimes they are the how much coastline. Sometimes they are how much the land boundary. What is the area of India? How much it constitutes of the world? Total geographical area. What is the extent of the coastline? What is the extent of the land boundary? India's neighbor. They can ask standard Tropic of Cancer passes through which country, through which no country. That I will give you tomorrow. The standard meridian is passing through which countries, which states of India. So you can remember that they ask from which state they are passing, or they give the state from which state it is not passing from the following states. So you should know the state. from which states the topic of cancer is passing in India. So it will be easy for you to answer that MCQ. In the textbook also this question is asked. MCQ. Uttaranchal, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal and Sikkim have common frontiers with China, Nepal, Bhutan and Myanmar. So they can ask this answer. What will be the answer? Uttaranchal, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Sikkim have common frontiers with China, Nepal, Bhutan or Myanmar. With which country
What are the questions, sir?
these are having this boundary?
Sir, Bhutan.
No, Nepal. Uttar Pradesh is not joined with Nepal. Bhutan, Nepal, it is Nepal. Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Uttaranchal and West Bengal, Nepal. So this is all for you today. Inshallah, next to tomorrow, little bit more information of this chapter. Then we will discuss the question answers.
Okay, sir.